So this session I'm going to continue the teaching on the calling people from far, the one in this session. So at this time, say, if you're able to recognize, discover or recognize how fortunate we are. It's a most unbelievable what this time most unbelievable, unimaginable that if you realize, if you discover, so from one side that one has not just precious human body, but human body, perfect human body qualified to aid freedom timelessness, and that is extremely rare to find. Have also the virtuous friend who revealed the complete path, not only to liberation, but to all complete path of enlightenment without any mistakes. It's a complete path without missing. So, and then have met with Dharma, not just that one to say, not just with Dharma, but say the Mahana teaching that which enables us to achieve enlightenment, and to be able to enlighten all sentient beings and liberate them from the oceans of samsara suffering and bring them to enlightenment. Not just that, not just the Mahana, the power path, but and then met particular not only met the cause, say the vehicle, but we met also the result of vehicle, the Mahana, the secret mantra of Vajrayana, which enables to achieve enlightenment, not only within one life, but without need to practice merit for the kind of experience, and all that, even quicker than that, in a brief lifetime or different time, so they will so free from all the obstacles this time, and they received all the conditions to practice Dharma. So this time, then at this time, so not sufficient, just not just sufficient, just not to be reborn the Lord realm and receive higher rebirth and thereby human rebirth. Just that alone is not sufficient, but one must make sure they're free from samsara. So before that comes, then even just that alone is not sufficient in achieving liberation for one's soul. Then say the self-cherishing thought is the door for, say, from where the all the undesirable things, all the say unfavorable conditions for all the obstacles, all the sufferings. So and the cherishing others, that is the door for all the happiness up to enlightenment. And then also not only oneself to achieve enlightenment, but you see, including oneself able to enlighten all sentient beings. So there's the numberless not only source of all one's own happiness, but it's a source of cherishing others, and that is this source of by having that, then one is able to cause all the happiness up to enlightenment to numberless hell beings, numberless hunger ghosts, numberless animals, numberless human beings, numberless asura beings, intermediate beings. So this, so not only you achieve all your happiness from this thought, good heart, the thought of cherishing others. Not only that, but then all others, they say happiness. One can cause all the happiness up to enlightenment to every other, to each and every single sentient beings. not the symptom beings. So all the number of symptoms, their happiness also comes from that. One on bodhicitta cherish others. So therefore, one has a total full responsibility. Yeah, is it to change full responsibility? So, that's so concerning one's own happiness. Even concerning your own happiness, we need to change our attitude from cherishing oneself into cherishing others. We need to do that, especially for the benefit of each and every single, for example, human beings here with us here, and those insects and also around us. And so concerning happiness of each one of them, and then all the rest of the sentient beings. So concerning the benefit for the happiness of each every single sentient beings. So need to exchange our mind, from cherishing I into cherishing others, for the benefit, for the happiness of every single sentient being that we see every day, every human being, every insect, or every animal. So any type of sentient being we see every day, for the happiness of each one. We need to do that, and all the rest of the sentient beings. You see, so the reason to exchange ones for others, it is infinite. It is like limitless sky. The reason, urgency. So it involves happiness of numberless other things up to enlightenment. You see. So if you don't do that, if you don't change your attitude, then you fail you don't succeed. All your happiness, and up to enlightenment, you don't succeed, then you see, unable to cause all the happiness up to enlightenment to every single held being, animals, so that human being, integrated beings, and so this is there's urgency there. You can't wait even for. There's urgency. You see, you can't say wait even a second without changing, without transformation, without the one's own attitude being transformed or say, change from self-cherishing thought into cherishing others. So can't wait even say, dare not, you see, live the life without even for a second. You can't stay, live life with a separation thought. See, not even a second. The reason, because they're numberless. One sentient being the need one sentient being to achieve all the happiness of the enlightenment. That one can has to cause. So with cherishing that sentient being, then you are able to do all that, cause enlightenment. You see. And so therefore, then to it in every single sentient being, you are able to do that. So like that. And so then that's how for one one can understand. By the way, that one has full responsibility, and so to feed and promote the suffering, cause and bring it to enlightenment by oneself alone. And therefore, that one need to create full enlightenment, and so therefore, then, I think need to actualize the path of enlightenment. For that, then depends on this. You have to have realization of devotion. So they will, the 3 paces of Lam Rim, the cause vehicle. Need to actualize the result vehicle, the Mahana 6th mantra, then for that need preliminary to actualize the cause vehicle, the 3 principal aspects part of enlightenment. That depends on the root, the realization of the good devotion to Guru Yoga. So therefore, going to setting, listen to teaching. So this other listen teaching well, everybody value this by clarifying well this virtuous bodhicitta and it also conduct of this teaching the treason practice of these lamas that. So this is just preliminary. There will more. There will hopefully there will be more teachings of the Guru version. But this is some preliminary. I thought to go over this Choden Guru from Afar. To start with this before the Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga. Going over the commentary of the Guru Yoga. So that. But these. Some the secret meditation that goes with the misema, so that I thought to do maybe tomorrow or something that to go over that. Anyone who has received that one need qualification. If you haven't received high tantra initiation, not enough. You haven't received the lower tantra initiation, that's the great initiation, that doesn't qualify. So you need, haven't received great initiation has tantra. Because the meditation, what you do is it has high tantra practice, as very secret, even that's the very secret, which enter the, which is the advice or enter the seal. So so that before going through the commentary, then by giving this transmitting this meditation technique, the teachings that which I received from my Guru, his name is Chang Rinpoche. So then they had chance to, when we do the Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, to apply this secret meditation. Then also do the common meditation, the purification, and attaining the different types of wisdom. So so as far as outlines about liberation empowerment in your hand, the outlines of the Guru Devotion meditation starts with the advantage by correctly devoting virtuous friends, and then 8 shortcomings. If one do not have Guru, then also one should understand that it means one doesn't get those advantage also do not receive. But so without there's no Guru in the life, so there's no true practice. You see, there's no Guru devotion practice, correct devoting. So then, but anyway, then the 8 shortcomings that made mistakes with the relationship with the virtuous friend. If one has met the mistake, did the opposite, then devoting mindfulness, devoting the virtuous friend, then the one did the opposite. You see, then the one mistake with the relationship with the virtuous friend, after one Dharma connection, you see, one sort of disciple, and that the person is a Guru, with this recognition, then one has received teachings, even four stanzas, even one verse, even few syllables of the mantra one has received. That person, gave, to you, so met Dharma connection. So the not because you heard the mantra from that person or the heard teachings, not just about that. So there's mentioned that in the Lam Rim teachings, quoted to Gantel, this text Father who composed, saying that after having heard so after having heard one verse of teaching from somebody, then if one does not regard that person as guru, then that will affect the coming results. One will the causes to be born as a dog, the 100 lifetimes as dog. I'm sure that especially when you have problems, even normally, but especially when you have problems, then you wish to be dog. That's very easy to happen. Even normally, if you see a nice dog, I want to be like that, you see. Or picnics or chuba, the small one, the very chihuahua. So want to be chihuahua. Lama had a chihuahua the year, I think the year before, maybe 2 years before Lama passed away, 2 years old, a chihuahua. I think died too. There's another one, picnic one. The red one from Holland, I think. Died, I think, when Lama took the aspect of a heart, that died, I think. Anyway, so, what is it called? This, at the leg, big hair, then, Poodle. Or when you see poodle, that's poodle that lots of hair, the feet, and then that. And so maybe want to be like that, Well, anyway, and then normally, and then especially when you have a relationship problem, so. So, I don't know, but if one becomes director of the center, then too many problems. So I want to become, or maybe people to talk, but I'm not sure. That I haven't heard anyway. I haven't heard that. Anyway, so when you have a relationship problem or you see fails, you lost your business, and lost a lot of money or something, Anyway, some problem that you can't say that you have concept to see that something you can't bear. So then you think, oh, it's much, so, has a much better life, say, so happy, peaceful life to be fish in the water, or dolphins, fishing. But you don't think about somebody fishing, you don't hear that. Or the other, many other big fish, they eat the small ones. Don't think of that. Anyway, so, so especially when there's problems, so, things like that is, or much better to be a monkey, they have no responsibility or something like that. Say, much better, much happier to be a monkey. But, so, monkey or has a bird, or even butterfly. Even butterfly, there's all these colors you're going to fly, you see. So, there's butterfly has no problems. I have a problem, but butterfly has no problems. Funny. So anyway, one do, but you can't read their mind. You can't read their mind. So you don't see their suffering. You can't read their mind, so you don't see their suffering. So that is it. Of course, you see, suddenly your body started to become dog, from this human body, they see this, this nice human body, you see. So they suddenly start to become dog. Certain dog coming out like this, growing from here, nose getting longer like this. Anyway, so things start to change the body. You see, would you enjoy that? Would you be so excited to become dog? That time, That time, you see. But other times you wish like to be dog. They have no problem. See, you feel, you can't stand with it. You have so much problem, and this they don't have problems. You see, so happy, so peaceful, to be dog. So, but the next way your body starts becoming dog, and immediately you go to a hospital. Say, like Michael Jackson, you see. So anyway, but I'm not saying that, No, I'm not saying that, because his body is starting to become dog, I'm not saying that. He does, well, I heard he changed many times, you see. So I'm using that example as a human being. He changed so many times, you see. So of course your body start to turn out into dog, Of course. That time that you were excited. Then, that's different. You don't go to hospital, you jump out of the bed and, you jump out of the bed, so happy, And you dancing, instead of rushing to hospital, you see. So anyway, but that, if you do that, of course, then it's different. But anyway, normally it's with unbelievable audit, you'll be freaking out. Unbelievable audit, you see. This is start to grow, you see, like, the hairs, start to grow, you see. Will be panic. But everyone thinking all the time says panic, going to be panic, So the panic, you become panic, you see that? Panicky. So you see, you wouldn't get any sleep and eat, unable to enjoy food, unable to eat and sleep, There's this worry. So immediately you go to any part of the world, in a hospital, let's say, to operation. Let's say to change, to change, make it a human being, make it a human face, not dog. Yes, so, so anyway, then that time you can understand, you see. Or start to become butterfly, see. The body start to become butterfly, see. And see, then unbearable, you see. So when it start to actually happen, so that say, in India, this is also part of the story of the karma. In India, one day there was a huge snake, huge snake on the road. So the other trucks could not go over. So one truck went over. So I guess, they killed. So what happened was the driver of that truck had 2 children after that. Got, maybe after that, I'm not sure. Anyway, got 2 children, and the children born with the body snake. With all these pieces, what do I know? All these pieces. Scale, all this. So 2 children, body like that. And no schools accepting. So no schools want accepting to study, you see, because the body is frightening. So then he took, I think, many hospitals, to operate water. I think maybe very difficult, So that, say, not that. So, it could be naga harm also. That, we fight, so much for freedom. You see, in the world, people fight so much for freedom. Want to express your feelings, your sufferings, your problems, and want to get freedom. So you want happiness, so you fight for freedom. You speak, So if you have a dog, you can't talk. You have no freedom to speak, express your sufferings. What you think, what you like, what you wish, you can't express it at all. So, first of all, physically, if you can't stand, even one day to be like that, to be like that, and then understand that, then she just live the rest of the suffering, just no freedom, can't express your wishes, the difficulties what you have is the problems. So even there's some pain there you can't express. It's extremely difficult to express, to let the other person to know. It's can't tell. Something that harms to you, we can't express. Food or something. You can't express what you like. You can't talk. You can write. The dog can't write. You see, dog can't speak, can't write. You see, but you see, can talk. The human body can talk and can write. See, so many ways you can explain your problem and to fight for the freedom. You see that. So anyway, even that just that is it. Even just that is it. How so much suffering, that that's so difficult. The other person, I don't know the person, even you're staying, even that staying with a person, but so difficult to. And so many, they don't take care of you well. You see that, even at the house, but doesn't really take care well. And then, so even somebody who, but the personal side, even the personal side, kind of what he or she meant, but taking care well, what the person thinks, but the dog can't express what he or she, the dog, because he can't really express, which is so how there is so much suffering. It's just even that's without talking about the rest of the suffering could they have. So anyway, by having received a verse of teaching, then if one does not regard that as guru, then that causes to be born as a dog 100 lifetimes. Then after that, we get born as message and theory. Message in the explanation by Papanga's it's a law caste. You get born as human being, but law caste deliberately look at you down, or the person has no freedom again. Able to look at down to so like in those countries, like India, it is untouchable. So there's so everybody they look at down, and very difficult to see. To get they don't have freedom to do what others do. You see, to get a higher position, or to do what get job, what others there in high jobs, what others can do. So I'm there. But his own Solu Rinpoche is explained the message, meaning of message in the theology, that means as a scorpion. So after 100 lifetimes, you get born as dog, then after that you get born as a scorpion. But if it's a very happy scorpion, maybe something, but I don't think it's a happy scorpion. Very happy scorpion. Meditating scorpion, meditative scorpion, and that only. So anyway, like that. So that. So this means that not just anybody you hear teaching even when you do in the class Dharma discussion, then you hear from your friends many explanations. We see something very beneficial for mind. You can hear that from other people, also from when somebody give lecture on the lecture, on the Buddhism, and you can hear teachings. So like that. So it's not saying like that kind of thing. So first, you say, with the recognition you are self-disciple, that are a personal guru. With that, then if you receive if you have received teaching, even one verse of teaching, but then you forget. You see, either you don't know the Lam Rim teachings on Guru devotion, you don't know, or you have read or studied in the past, but you don't actually practice. You don't actually practice. You have read or you heard, but you don't practice. So you don't. Therefore, you see, you don't regard that. You regard that person guru. Then, after having received one verse of teachings, or more, or even the shortest one verse of teaching, but then after that you forgot. You forgot. Either you don't practice, or you forgot to devote that person. You see, that person guru and to devote for God. So here is not talking about getting angry or heresy to that guru. You see, angry and arise in heresy, anger. He's not talking about that. Intentionally giving up, not help. But it says here, either you don't practice, we knew, but you don't practice, or you forgot. So like this, you see, then you get upon just unable to, just because did not devote after that. I said that that coming consequences, you see, the effect is the won't get upon 100 lifetimes dog, and then after that a lower caste or the scorpion. So there are cases like this. For example, when I was very, very small child, I think 3 or 4, something around. So I was taken by my uncles, my family, my uncles, in the temple. And the Solu Khumbu is the Tame, the village where I was born. So up on the up on the sea. By going up, you see, on the surface of the mountain, there's the monastery. My home monastery. So I was taken there, the temple, by my uncles, like that, to redeem in the temple when they were receiving initiations, teachings from this the Lama who founded the monastery there. The Lama himself is a not monk, is a married Lama, but very kind-hearted, and who spent the whole his life doing so many retreats and doing practice and giving teachings, initiation to other people, like with face like a long white man, a long white beard, like that, very yeah. Anyway, so I was brought there by them, and of course, I don't listen. Of course, I wouldn't be listening to teaching because I'll be sleeping there on somebody's lap, on somebody's lap. So in the line, you see, on somebody's lap or on the seat. So maybe beginning a few minutes, a few minutes I'm aware what the Lama and the people around, you see, then I fell asleep. So as a small child, so the all transmission, all the transmissions, teachings or initiations like that. So the most I was sleeping, so no idea. Anyway, even I was awake, no idea what's going on. Anyway, so there was one time the initiation of the Pemas. I think Pemas Sambhava Luduma. It's called Luduma. So that one, I think the inauguration for the Bhaja to become the Bhaja master. I think so. According to that, the tradition we see, you have to sit on the throne. The disabled have to sit on top. There's somebody hold an umbrella on top of you, Then you have to blow conchal. You have to blow conchal. So I tried to blow. So that one I remember because I have to blow conchal, but the conchal didn't work. But it didn't make sound. But next boy, when he blew, it made sound. I remember that. But that's all. For the rest, I think sleeping. So, I used to regard, even though there was nothing, but because I was taken by somebody, it's like same as a dog brought to the teachings or the initiations, like that. So, as to regard the guru, but then later when I asked, I checked to Great Bodhisattva Lama Tenzin Gyaltsen in Nepal, India. So I spent this situation doing it to devote Guru, how it is. So Rinpoche said, if you don't see any benefit if you don't see any benefits that you received, any benefit to your mind, you heard, which means, I think Rinpoche means you heard a teaching, then it's something you understood, and there's something moved to your mind, something benefit to your mind. See, you learned something, but I had nothing. So we said that if if there's no benefit at all from saying things, then you don't need to devote as a guru. So then after that, I couldn't say enough say anything, so I didn't devote. Before I used to devote, was there. So it was said that I need to devote. That I didn't have you see, recognition guru to have all this. This kind of determination. You see, there wasn't known. You see that, and then. Then another Lama in Buxa, I received. So we were going to go to Dorje, where there's Lama Yeshe's monastery, branches of monastery from branches of the monastery in which is in Tibet. The Tomo is near Sikkim. The Tomo is in Tibet, but near Sikkim. So when we escaped from Tibet to Bhutan, we were at Buxa, where the monks from Halsa, Saragat and Tibung and other monasteries came. And those who wanted to continue their study, those who don't want to study, they went to work to make a road, different parts of India, especially I think many borders like that, close to Tibet, different parts of India. So I went for work. So many monks went for work. So those who wanted to continue study, they stayed Buxa. So we were not planning to stay Buxa. We were going to go to Dorje. There's our own monastery there. But then the police, the head of the police, who I think he's sort of Tibet, but Indian, but Tibet, maybe Tibetan nationality, maybe. So this head of the police, his name is Tashi Babu. So this head of the police didn't allow me to go to. He said other monks can go, but myself and another attendant should stay at Buxa, cannot go. So I don't know why he did this. I have no idea. His police, head of police. So I thought maybe the Sarach monastery, maybe this one of the staffs, about or the other staffs, maybe some members of the monastery maybe went to the police. But I don't, but it doesn't seem like that. But what is, Buddha has said, the Dharma protectors, way back, something the police, he made the police to stop going away and to step back. So due to that, so I'm not sure if I went from Buxa, if the police didn't stop me, I don't know what happened by now. I have no idea. Could be in a Harilam, could be anywhere. So the police stopped, didn't let me to go and asked to stay at Buxa. So therefore, I met the great teachers. So Geshe Rinpoche, the first teacher, who began to their the philosophy, the Buddha, Geshe Rinpoche. Then after Geshe Rinpoche's disciple, one meditator who had learned Lama Yeshe. Then he didn't stay much. So there were, for that time there was no text. There was no text. Text is very rare, for philosophical text. Because the monks, when they came, they just I'm sorry. They just while the wars happen, they should run. You see, so so all the philosophical text, so many of the hundreds, thousand pages, and they had to write. Some they had to write and that copy. So then later, Choden Rinpoche, when he was when the Chinese in Tibet let him go out of the prison, then he is very smart. He collected trucks of philosophical texts in the Serachi, the Jason Tregel's authors text, big, the huge loads of trucks he brought from Tibet and sent to Buxa. For that matter, then it's so easy for all the monks to have it in high context. Because that, extremely rare. So then after that, printed, made up also. So anyway, then after Lama Yeshe, so he led Buxa Rinpoche is very busy, have many disciples for to teach. So then I was sent to Lama Yeshe to receive teaching. Then he was there a short time. He wanted to live ascetic life, wandering life. So he led to India, Bombay, and things. So, the first thing the teaching what I received from Lama Yeshe is this Mixema, the Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga meditation. This other meditation technique where it says that if you do 100,000 Mixema with this visualization, then you would see Lama Tsongkhapa. So that one. So during those times, I used to do this at Buxa. Can Yeshe explain this first teaching? Then he explained the 7 techniques of the mana, cause, and effect, the bodhicitta. There was no text, so she explained orally. And I wrote down with my own writing, which wasn't studied, just my own writing. It's not studied from somebody, So these were the first teachings I received from Lama Yeshe. So that, but a long time ago, then I passed away. Then took the lay aspect, and then passed away. Then say, but very learned and very humorous, very learned, very joyful, very great teacher. Like similar to Lama, Lama Yeshe said like that. And then after that, she then went to receive teaching from Lama. So that actually, Lama Yeshe wanted me to, after Lama Yeshe left, then Lama Yeshe wanted me to take teaching from another. Lama Yeshe is a very close disciple. From the same comes in Geshe Tuting. Very close disciple of Geshe Rinpoche. Actually, that's what Geshe Rinpoche good lying. So, but somehow my karma, I think it is different. And so, in my class, the monks, you see, they were taking teaching from Lama Yeshe. So then the leader of my class, so we're close friends, which is the same class here with the leader. The Buxa is so hot, so we used to go out for, out on the mountains where there's a green place, then you kind of relax there, you see, or go outside, in the river to watch. So quite often, so like that. So he, so he one day he insisted to go to Lama Yeshe. So Philip came out from the house, from the monastery, went out, came out and came down, because the Buxa is on if the camp is on the hill, so you come down, then there's football ground, see, the football ground where his staffs of the camp, Indian staffs in the camp, they play football there, they could do competition with the outside Indians. They do a competition for the staffs, the Indian staffs who run the refuge camp, the monks camp. See, so they asked the abbots. They asked the abbots, to monks to come to watch the football. Usually there's some monks go to watch when they play football, so that then get good the disciplinary, or is it some stuff they come, puja, you see, they come out there, there's a monk watching the football, because there's at the same time the puja happening, the program, say, daily program happening on the platform. So to get, then some of the monks just they like Super Bowl, but then they run away. Anyway, so when they have competition, then they ask the abbots, to please allow the monks to come. So then there's a football ground. So here the hill, then there's a police house. All the monks live. So all the monks live on this hill, you see. So everybody had, robes, red robes like that, you see. So it become very glorious, very pompous or glorious. So I think the idea is, the idea is, so there is other part of Indian, other party to lose, by the being well overwhelmed by the monks. I think so that's I have no idea. Anyway. So then I came down with him on this part of ground. Then there's some shops around, some Tibetan restaurant, and other some Bhutanese or Indians, few, a few vegetables like that, or wine things, Buddhist kind of a restaurant, or wine or things. So you come down, you cross that, then you go up. You go up. Then there's the house building where the head of the camp, Sikh, who was from Second World War, I think the general or leader or something. So outside that there's a mango tree, huge mango tree, at the bottom the cement all around. So where the monks do something they take rest when they go for teachings, or to Geshe Rabten, the very famous abbot from Tibet, Serkong, who passed away. That also Geshe Rabten, one ex-abbot from who lives in Adelaide, see now. So they live quite far, a little bit up there. And that house built during the British time. Yeah, a little bit better conditioned house. So then you go straight up, way up. Then there's Lal Bangla. This is called where the Geshe Rabten, there's a very famous abbot and the Geshe or something where they lived. It's a forest Bangalore. Then you go still high up. Then there's a building where the incarnation of Pabongka, the incarnation of the great Pabongka who wrote this incredible teaching Sutta Tantra Lam Rim. So lived there. when they were studying at Buxa, so the 5 major Sutta texts, and those who right after became Geshe then passed away to cancer and passed away at the Kashang. This is from down below, the is a part of West Bengal. So then from down below was very hot, the Siliguri. Then you go by car, you climb the mountain. Then there's a Kashang, there's a town. So you passed away there. I went to see from Dorje. That I was staying at the Drumageshwar monastery in Dorje, Goom. After Rinpoche passed away, I went to see. So I reached that this mango tree place, you see. Started to go up. Outside the headman of the camp, and the Indian headman who looks after camp, you see. So I told the triple, I told the leader of our class, I said I don't want to go. I'll go back to monastery. I don't go to Lama to Lama. So he insisted. Then I went, and after some time I told him, no, I don't want to go. I won't go back. Then he insisted. Then I went to live. But that's what I did a few times like this. Then finally arrived at Lal Bangla, where Pabanga incarnation. There are a few other incarnate lamas live there. So there Lama was living there at that time. So finally at this, I arrived outside the Lama's house. Then I still said, I don't want to go. No. So he insisted. So then anyway, he went first to meet Krishna Lama. So I didn't bring any offering, but didn't have. Anyway, so he prepared offering the brass container, the Nepalese brass container, they would drink wine or things like that, food. So then he filled it with rice. They put 5 rupees, these pieces, 1 rupee like this, 5. Then very short scarf, very old, this size, scarf, totally. So he put that, and then so he took inside of a Lama. And so Lama said, asked him, whether I got permission from Geshe Rabten Rinpoche, because here, if it's same disciple, so if the Geshe Rabten, the Geshe Rabten Rinpoche is his guru, Lama's guru, so I have got permission. I think maybe my case said, so Geshe Rabten Rinpoche did give permission, but even though there wasn't exactly what Geshe Rabten Rinpoche had in mind. So anyway, so I went inside room, then Lama put, because I'm being the name, just artificial name, say, very good Lama, say, reincarnation of Lama, say, so I was put on the Lama's bed. I'm not in the bed, but the Lama sitting there, so next to that, so on the bed. So I think that might be the reason why, from beginning, the reason why sitting on throne, the karma to sit on throne, I think they have it from that, from beginning Lama put. Also, Geshe Rabten Rinpoche the same, put her on his bed when I went to see Geshe Rabten Rinpoche first. So the Geshe Rabten Rinpoche bed is so very high, that not inside the building. Inside the building, many other monks all bamboo bed all the way like this, So filled with so many monks. So outside to the building, there's a basement or floor there, so courtyard. Then there's a barbed wires, then the ditch. So you enter inside, then you turn this way. The balcony, what do you call? Balcony. So So you go this way. There's not much space. From there to maybe not so much space. So again, there bed like this here, bed like this monks. Then there's tiny road. Then up there, the seraptins, bed very high, facing down. So sometimes there's curtains, sometimes there's curtain between. I think how could that then? So I think maybe Lama was sitting there. So Lama's bed was that time. I didn't make connection with Sishra. Lama's bed was there. So I think Lama was there. So it was his bed in the front of Geshe-Rabden's bed. So then he picked me up and put on the Geshe-Rabden's bed, on the bed. So so I was sitting up there. Then Lama was sitting just down there, so this bed like this, there with huge text piled on the table, and then very devoted. Extremely devoted to Geshe-Rabden, that also went down, see. So, when Geshe-Rabden was the first Bangla, when he lived there, so Lama comes to receive Vinaya teachings with many other monks. Then they wait sometimes outside until the other class that's going on is finished. And so, so behind the connection, so Lama used to play with me that he holds with his right hand the belt, you hold here, then you lift up, hold this, lift up. When Lama comes for the teachings, he really teaching from Geshe-Rabden, you see. So anyway, so the first day. First day, because I didn't have wish to, it was calm, so that you see, so maybe do that. I didn't understand one single thing, the teaching in that day, didn't understand at all. And then and also Lama was teaching very fast, so I was in my mind, why Lama can't teach slower? I thought that. But the next day, things changed. The first day was completely this. Didn't understand at all. Yeah, my impression was the first day that. Anyway, so I think here, even though really, there's no force. Really want to, but there's strong karma on past life. You see. Strong karma, so that's what karma, strong karma for past life. So the past life karma led, you see. So however, distinct person from us today. From my side, it's unbelievable fortunate to say, to able to have connection with this great masters like that. Lama Yeshe. So anyway, the point is this: that before that, after the priest stopped, then there was one Lama. You see, one monk to me to one Lama. So they went 2 days. But learned just one verse, learned just one I think stanza, 5 verses or something like that, praise to Yeshe. And I was helped by one young Lama, Choden Rinpoche, from Roseling. He used to come up to help me. So then, after 3 years, then this Lama told me that I cannot be your teacher. Then he sent me to Geshe-Rabden. So this is how it happened. But we didn't know Geshe-Rabden, So that's how guided. So he said he can't be teacher. So then I asked Lama Rinpoche, or what about this situation, or what about this? He said, after 3 days, he could not be guru, my guru, so should I devote to him or not? So Lam Rim said that you don't need, if you can devote, you can devote. If you can't devote, just leave it in equanimity. Just leave it in equanimity. You don't need to criticize. So then, after Rinpoche advised that, then did not follow as guru after Rinpoche's advice. But himself, permitted to was Jose, cannot be your guru. See that. So this just I'm clarifying since I'm talking about that subject to say so that so Lam Rim Chenmo there says Tenche lume tseni, tenche gevishini tseni. The definition of this disciple and guru, on whom one is devoting to. The definition of the disciple and do you remember? Somebody's there. Well, what's the remember? Tenche gevishini, tenche lumetini, tenche gevishini, right? Tenche lumetini. Huh? No, wrong. So I think let's say, one. So maybe one who is devoting, or say one who is devoting. That might be definition of disciple, and devoting to guru in the definition of disciple. Whose object to be devoted is the definition of the virtuous friend. Might be like that. So, Choden Rinpoche said that the teacher also has the recognition that this is a disciple. That's what Rinpoche said. When I asked to Rinpoche, Choden Rinpoche, the teacher side also has the recognition this is a disciple. Like that. That's according to Rinpoche. One guru, among the gurus that I have, one guru, his son is Serkong. So one guru that I devote to is his son is Dorje Chang. Dorje Chang. There wasn't any formal teaching, some text I received in particular, but when we came in Nepal from Buxa, from India, we came to Nepal, Lama and myself. We stayed at Gulupa monastery near the stupa. At that time, there was only 2 monasteries at Bauda, the Gulupa monastery and the Serkong monastery next to the stupa. Only these 2 that time. In those times when we arrived in Nepal. But now it's totally full with so many monasteries there. I was going to say, I've totally lost. I was going to say, that's when. So then there was Nyungne, this monastery, Nyungne, very strict Nyungne. They do from lineage from Tibet. The Kajang is Gyaltsen, this great Pandit, this Tibetan Lama, great Pandit, who's I think during that time, in a guru of one of the Isanga Lama's incarnation, certainly one of the great Lama in Tibet, a great scholar, unbelievably highly attended, and established incredible, very, very best quality monastery. Vinaya practice, disciplines. I didn't think it had much debating, philosophy, all this, but so pure, established very pure monastery Vinaya practice. Also, the issue of the disciplines according to Vinaya. Very good monastery. So, Jidong, in a place called Jidong. So these monks came escaped from Tibet and lived in this monastery. We built a Mongolian Lama. So we've been staying there for almost a year upstairs. So definitely there was New Year. They held New Year in the Sagatala, the Tibetan Buddha. So then the benefactor as a Tibetan of benefit of New Year. So this benefit of New Year, they want to invite Choden Rinpoche, not the Lama who lives in Shrine. But the monks don't want that. The monks want to invite second person. So question is, 8 mile precepts. Who will give the 8 mile precepts during New Year? That was the question. So the monks don't want 8 mile precepts, from Choden Rinpoche. But the benefactor want to invite Choden Rinpoche and to give 8 mile precepts. So anyway, so Choden Rinpoche was there, and the second Chang was invited there. But from the monks' wishes. So Rinpoche came in the early morning to give 8 mile precepts. So then Rinpoche came down. Rinpoche came down and didn't sit on the throne, but sat on the I think the monk's seat. Then Rinpoche, he brought the text. He brought the text there for the precepts. Then Rinpoche said, if somebody met a kaka, there, and then so the guru tells you, lick that kaka, then you're able to immediately, without hesitation, you go there and lick the kaka, there is tongue like this, like dog, like you say, like this you lick. So if you're able to do that immediately, then that's Dharma. He said, there's something like kaka, then the guru tells you go there to lick the kaka, then you immediately go there lick like this kaka. So then this is Dharma. Then Rinpoche left. He just said that he didn't give the 8 mile precepts. He didn't give the 8 mile precepts. He brought the text, but I've said then he left upstairs. So anyway, I thought this incredible, unbelievable teaching, just few words, but it means a lot, But it's really heavy, really, it has a lot of weight, these few words, you see. And it's true, see. And so right, Devote, I'd go to see Rinpoche time to time, to sometimes to ask more, things like that. But Rinpoche knows everything. The minute when you enter the room, he knows everything. He just throw dice just to bring down, like ordinary people, you see, bring down, say, sure, like common ordinary people, who laugh and dice, take the, but he know everything about your life, whole thing. So, there are many stories, many facts. It isn't just my own experiences. So, he holds the dice, but sometimes he tells things before the dice. Sometimes just before the dice, So anyway, so that. So But I think, you see, like, for example, his honest teachings, where his honest teachings, there's so many thousands. So, I mean, there's never to first requires to my reciprocation. There's not kind of time to go through all that. But when his son Rinpoche some particular initiations and teaching, some particular initiations, I think since the people go to ask, you don't go to Rinpoche, you ask the attendant, may I receive this teaching, this initiation, and then sort of get permission. Since that's I saw that doing like this. But at the moment you go to see Rinpoche. Anyway, like his own teaching, but there are many hundred thousands of people over there. There you see taking initiation motivation. Of course, that's naturally not disabled. I mean, even you can't trust it. Opposite of us, so as a person that doesn't require. So that is assumed. See. What's time now? Dinner time? Half dinner is gone. Anyway. Yeah. 다이트니 사백여와디 된단도 콜라 감배는 테버리지로 버터 뱀베님보 렌도 사지로 장주심저는 뭐제 마게 와나지르지 제와님 밤에 바이 공내 공도배와 쇼장도심저는 뭐제 마게 와나지르지 제와님 밤에 바이 공내 공도배와 쇼장도심저는 뭐제 마게 와나지 제와님 밤에 바이 공내 공도배와로 가르자베 그베 싱아데 벤난데와 말이 주민의 제대서 어떤 자도 이 샤베스데 바도 되지 반달라메 고제데 마다 가냐가 되게 중하다 다시 한 말로 주다 되지는 데 산제 도보로 아진디로 Did you see time is quite department? Time I talked about this. May any sentient being who see me, touch me, just merely seeing me, touching me, remembering me, think of me, talking, praising or criticizing, talking of me, dreams of me, even seeing pictures of me, whatever connection they made towards me, that made purified and it karma instantly and never ever get reborn in the lower elements. That these sentient beings may they never ever get reborn in lower elements forever. And immediately cause them to generate the faith in Bhagavana Sangha and as well as Bodhicitta in their heart. And all the sicknesses immediately get healed, and spirit harms, and purify the defilements, and able to actualize paths. And all the wishes for happiness immediately get fulfilled according to Holy Dharma. So to happen, so oneself to become worshiping to all, but just merely they seeing me, touching me, remembering me, think of me, whatever connection they make to me, harm or help. So to be useful, to be useful, to be wishful to all sentiment, to all the sentiments that and achieving enlightenment as quick possible. If all the theatre made is correct and polite about this, empty, that which is made limited by mind, but I was also made limited by mind. Achieve the Lama Tsongkhapa's enlightenment, made limited by mind, and Guru Lama Tsongkhapa's. So Lama Tsongkhapa's enlightenment, which is merely limited by mind. So lead the sentient beings who are merely limited by mind to that enlightenment, which is merely limited by mind, by myself alone, who is also merely limited by mind. Dedicated merit to be able to follow Holiness, Buddhist for some of the Bhattamans who was as the religious. I dedicated all the merits to be able to dedicate all the merits in the same way as 3 times Buddhist dedicated merits and Chang by Lama Tsongkhapa teaching made by spiritual all direction made by approach by in this world by completely surviving with those heart in the heart of all of us here and all parents and then as well as in the hearts of all the students and benefactors and all those who give up their lives on service to the nature in all of our hearts with this very large time without delay in a second. Jen Padichita. Publish my lives to pray all this and wait from the southern hearts, being it enlightenment, they are my stitch when I be. Everything's empty. Generating to deity, mandala, nectar, put nectar. Ocean so nectar. Number social nectar offered to gurus, primary essence of all the Guru Buddha Sangha, all the traditional objects. Generally, embrace, prosperity to come through all of them. And by offering to also all the 10 types of Buddha Sangha. Primary essence of Guru. Generating bliss offer to us all nebulous nectar, numberless nectar, oceans of nectar, offer to all the plantation, statues, to by scriptures, all other holy objects. By maintaining the essence of Guru. All these holy objects and that which in all the 10 directions, by maintaining the essence of Guru. Make charity to numberless helpings, numberless sanctuaries, numberless animals, numberless human beings, fooders, outfooders, invested. They only cause and textiles parts, seize all the government, liberated from all suffering, they all become enlightened, they all become enlightened on the daily practice. Ma Rama Zandi Rama Zudi Rama Vidin Bundi Jeho Rama Nala Shirombo Dawo Zeta Tamje, the Kunjo Sundama Yanidas Kunjo Sumbo Jundu Chego Babunzo Sundia Chela Juwan Show. Did all the feet I made is quite bad, and so many limitless class major private right now, so many times. Yeah, myself was a family member, all of us here, also all the symptoms maybe never separate from the Guru Padama single. And always aim of correct marriage by my offering. This is a blessing of Guru Padama Sangha. That was his realization from Guru Yoga, applying enlightenment, spiritual thinking enlightenment to recognize with us in the house of all of us, also in the livings. In the hearts of all the livings, as well as the number of Sindemins who died suffocatingly for this food, in the evolution of this food, in the long run, evolution who died suffocatingly, others who for this food. Especially we dedicate with them. I remember them, dedicate. Did also see how I made it quite about us. Look at FPMT. I have said everything empty. Then did hit. Did also see how I made it quite cross others. Made I achieve the Lama Tsongkhapa enlightenment and bring all the sentiment to Lama Tsongkhapa enlightenment by myself. Yes. When you choose a member, Damu, yes. The Sanjay Sender, the Venanda, and for Dam, Mandala pain. Well, please enjoy. Please enjoy the enjoyment.